A local veterinarian, no stranger to fines, penalties, and even criminal charges, now facing new scrutiny tonight.
So this time, Coin 6 is talking with one-time clients of Daniel Kohler, and they are furious about the care they receive. Let's bring in Todd Unger here now with much more.
Yeah, Liz, Jeff, here's a look at some of the criminal and state vet board documents outlining past issues with Kohler. Tonight, we're meeting more families who say their pets suffered under his care, and they want the public to know. Find the right furry friend, and they become like family.
I touched her nose, and I noticed that it was a little cold.
It's why Amanda Sedgwick still can't shake what happened to her cat May about 3 months ago.
Everything happened so fast, and it was just really traumatic. And like, she didn't even get one last meal. I didn't get to say goodbye.
This companion vet clinic in Gresham is where Amanda took May for a spay procedure on a referral from a neighbor.
She's only 2 years old. She was in good health. She had just been seen about a month prior and in perfect health.
But Amanda says that all changed after the surgery. Here's video she took documenting May's condition in the hours after picking her up. Bruised, barely able to move, refusing food, and not the affectionate kitty the family knew so well. Amanda and a friend rushed May to an emergency vet, but they didn't make it.
She died in the back seat. So yeah, it was really, it was just like very violent and just awful.
According to Amanda and her clinic paperwork, the veterinarian handling the procedure was Dr. Daniel Kohler.
Are you anything to say about the animal abuse charges?
Not going to make any statements at this time.
Not any statements at all?
If that name or the man seemed familiar, it's because 6 years ago, he faced criminal animal abuse charges in Washington County. Coin 6 covered the death of Little Blue. At the time, the dog's owner and county prosecutors said the pup's death was caused by Kohler. Protesters even picketed outside of his then Beaverton clinic. The case was eventually dismissed after a civil compromise was reached.
Anger, I feel disgusted, I feel outraged.
The Costas watched it all unfold from a distance. They say years earlier, in 2014, their Zoe went to Dr. Kohler to have a cyst removed. She was never the same.
She wouldn't shut her eyes, she wouldn't sleep, she wouldn't stop crying and howling. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't do anything for those 3 days that we decided we just needed to put her down.
The couple doesn't know what happened during that surgery, but have spent the years since trying to get answers from the Oregon Veterinarian Medical Examining Board, which oversees Oregon vets. A check of state records shows Kohler's vet license was suspended at the time of Zoe's procedure, a potential state violation, so it's unclear how he was still operating.
You could ask to get something in writing, a disciplinary record or a complaint at toward a veterinarian, and more times than not, they're not going to provide you with that.
The vet board tells us they, quote, review every complaint and subsequent case very carefully. The agency is very limited in what can be disclosed related to all investigative cases because of state statute. Records do show Kohler carries a history of violations. Last year, he was fined $250 for failing to provide home care instructions to a patient. In 2018, a $1,500 penalty for misgendering a cat. Then the vet board did reinstate his license in 2015 after a 7-year suspension and revocation triggered by, quote, substance abuse. All of those instances are separate from the criminal case that played out in Washington County. There's also a growing Facebook group, Companions for Justice, with some 2,000 members and dozens of posts and comments about the care received at Companion Clinic. Kohler wouldn't say much when reached by phone, only, quote, I don't talk to reporters, before hanging up. He finally did respond to our emails, saying only, quote, no comment.
I'm just in total shock at this point, and I'm trying to make sense of what happened, and I'm trying to make sure that other people know.
Amanda is still asking questions herself, filing a new complaint with the vet board that has launched a new investigation. She says it's the least she could do, as her family still grieves a loss they never saw coming. And of course, we would have welcomed the opportunity to go through all this with Dr. Kohler, but as I said, he declined. As we mentioned, that criminal case from some years back was eventually dismissed, even though prosecutors objected because of that civil compromise of $35,000.
You know, that cat owner, I mean, your heart aches for her. And the video of the cat in its last hour or so of life. So keep us updated on this case.
Absolutely, I will, guys.
What happens?
Yeah, and I want to just point out that part of the problem here is that any pet owner out there, they can go to the vet board, they can request to see a complaint or something of that nature, but unless there's been firm discipline handed out,
Yes.
the vet board has discretion because of state statute about what they release. So it's not like going and getting a police report, which pretty much they release all the time.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're all pet owners. And,
Yeah, it does make you wonder if things need to be readdressed in the state of Oregon with this issue.
Yeah.
Todd, thank you.